Hello everyone, this is Mike with BTR Budget Tech Reviews, and today is the review video, the first review video of this iconic phone that I just bought. And I want to say it's iconic because of the low price point and the great spec feature. So today is the review of the Moto G by Motorola, and just a few days after buying this phone, Motorola was actually acquired by Lenovo from Google. So Google did sell off the name and everything to Lenovo, minus them keeping about like 15,000 patent rights that Motorola owned, that Google now owns. So this is the Moto G, guys, and I wanted to start off with this physical features, of course, right? If you guys aren't familiar with this, this has a 4.5-inch touchscreen. It's 720 by 1280 pixels. It's got 329 ppi, which is really good. It's a really good screen quality. Let's take a look. Let me turn off the screen there. No physical or capacitive buttons on the bottom. Very similar to Nexus phone or the Moto X. Earpiece up here. You got a 1.3 megapixel camera in the front. On top is your 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the bottom, you can see it's got the microphone down there, the micro USB charging port. On the side, you have the volume rockers, which I'm not a huge fan of, the volume rockers being so close to the power button, but there's the power button. As you can see, it's they blend in really well with the phone. On the back, you have the speaker grill right there, and here's your 5 megapixel camera. It's got like a silver trim around the camera, so not a bad looking back of the phone. Right down there is your flash. I don't know if you guys can get a good picture of that, but right there, that little thing right there that you put your finger on, it's actually the Motorola logo. And then there you go. Let me see if I can get that. On the back, it's just a plain black plastic cover, very similar to one of the Nexuses. So if you look at the Nexus back and you look at the Moto G's back cover, very similar in materials. So you have to, take that in consideration that, this phone, for the price point, this is Boost version, by the way. It comes out to $129.99 plus tax. Very good specs, but they have to cut costs somewhere. So let me open the back cover for you guys just so you can take a look at this really quick. As you can see here, nothing really too much in the back. Although you can take off the back cover, the battery is a non-removable battery, so you cannot remove the battery on this. And for those of you watching who want to know if this has a micro SD card slot, this phone does not have a micro SD card slot. So even though the back's removable, there's no expandable memory on this. You can't expand it past the 8 gigs that this phone comes with. So keep that in mind. This phone only has 8 gigabytes of internal memory and a little bit over 5 that you can use out of the box. So that's probably going to be the selling point for some people. And let me clean off the screen there. But as you can see there, it's got a proximity or a light sensor for notifications, very similar, like I said, to the Nexus. So love the fact that Motorola, even though that they are now owned by Lenovo, they were kind of trying to make the phone look like a Nexus phone, in my opinion, minus the notification light up there. So very, very, very popular phone in my opinion. And for the price point, it's really unbeaten. So best $200 under $200 phone in my opinion. So going back to the screen there, it's got a multi-touch screen. It's got that light sensor on top, 5 megapixel camera on the back. And it's got HD recording, of course, 720p video at 30 frames per second. Let's go and let's unlock the screen. Very similar to the Nexus phones. To use the camera, all you have to do is swipe to the right, and you can use that, or you can just go back home. And you can actually add lock widgets also, just like the Nexus. You can add widgets to the lock screen. Going like that, of course, whatever ones it comes with, and etc. You can add calendar, Facebook, stuff like that, messaging. Okay, here we go. There's my home screen, guys. And just because I failed to mention it, the back, it does have the battery is a 2070 milliamp battery, so very good. Decent battery life. This is a 3G phone, So, you know, you're not going to get 4G LTE speeds on this, of course, you know, but it has very good specs. Let's go back to that. Let's see, spec-wise, this thing has a quad-core processor. And it has 1 gig of RAM, but it's got a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor, which in my opinion is great. It's got an Adreno 305 graphics processor, and as I said, it's got 8 gigs of RAM. But here we go. It's got apparently the chipset. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor, so it's up there with a lot of high-end phones. I mean, you can't see it now, but fluidity-wise, it's one of the fastest phones I've used. I've had the Nexus 4, I've had the Nexus 5, and it's up there with how fast it opens an app, how fast it responds to certain things. So as you can see there, I'm moving my finger across really fast. It's keeping up with me as far as fluidity goes. Let's take a look here. Hold on. Out of the box, you don't really get a lot of bloatware. It does update, gives you one update, but not a lot of bloatware as far as Boost mobile apps goes. I mean, it's got Boost Music, Boost Zone, and let me see if I can get a better shot of that. Air G, which I haven't really messed with. It's got Motorola's Assist, which is an app that, you know, lets you, I guess, turn notifications off at certain times. Very similar to Samsung's app, but you can basically turn off certain things at certain times with Motorola's Assist. Basic Google apps that it comes with. It comes with Google Drive already installed. Chrome's already installed, as a matter of fact. Doesn't come with the regular default browser. It comes with all the Google stuff like Google Plus. I've installed a few after, you know, third-party apps for you guys that I will show you guys in probably the next video. Games, speed tests, quadrant standard scores, etc. I've downloaded Skype, Twitter, Facebook, and Sonic Dash, so hopefully I can get good video shots of those. But overall, I've had this phone for about 3 days, and it's just a great phone. I just, you know, I can't believe that for the price. You know, if I wasn't using the phone I had right now, and if I had to buy a phone that was under $150, and you know, if I was a broke college student, or you know, a high school student, and you know, let's say my kid's in high school, I have a kid, and you know, I want to get him a good phone, but you know, I don't want to break the bank. This would be a great phone for anyone to have, especially since the price point is under $200. It comes, and let's go to the settings here. As you can see there's me right there. Very similar in layout to the Nexus phone as far as how it looks and how it feels. The phone does come with Android 4.3 out of the box. And I don't know if you guys can get that or not. Sorry, my camera's a little blurry sometimes, but there it is, the Moto G, and comes with 4.3 out of the box. Now, a lot of other phones don't even have Android 4.3 yet, but a lot of them are updating to Android KitKat. So anyone that has, you know, a phone like the HTC One and the, you know, the Galaxy S4, a lot of them are barely going to get the updates to 4.4, and this phone supposedly is already supposed to be getting the update. Apparently the update's already out for the Moto G, but I haven't I've already tried getting it, and it still hasn't come out for my phone yet. So keep that in mind, that this phone does not have KitKat yet, but it will soon get KitKat. The update for it should be rolling out, if it hasn't already rolled out already. So okay, let's see, I'm already hitting the 9-minute mark, guys. Like I said, just very good phone. This phone, like I said, it's 3G, but my colleague, Mr. Rob Escobar, actually asked, and I feel like I should mention this to you guys, since it's a 3G phone. He wanted to know whether the baseband was Revo A or Revo D band, I think. Hold on, let's go to the status and let's take a look here. Mobile status disconnected. Let's cover my phone number because I don't want everyone calling me. Let's take a look. Hold on. PRL. Well, screw it. I'm only gonna have this phone for a month. But basically, he wanted me to show whether it had if it had a revision A for the mobile network type, and he says that's the better version of 3G. So, you know, For a 3G phone, I've only used it basically for Facebook, Twitter. I haven't really tried streaming anything yet on YouTube, but I'm going to try doing that later on. I usually mostly run it on Wi-Fi. Very, very good. It's not slow at all as far as responsiveness goes when trying to pick up signal. I've never had any issues as far as that goes, specifically where I live. Now that's going to vary from people to person, but you know, as said, let's bring up the browser here. As said, it's gonna vary on person to person, but let's go to phonearena.com real quick before I finish this first review video up. And the reason why I want to do that is because this has a lot of HTML, a lot of Flash stuff going on the website, and as you can see there, I have it running on Wi-Fi, but you can see I'm running a finger test here, and you can see how fluid the phone is. Let me do pinch to zoom really quick for you guys, and let me zoom out. Let's do portrait to landscape. You can see how fast portrait to landscape works. So that's why this is going to be a huge selling point for the consumer that, you know, doesn't want, you know, to do a lot of modification, doesn't want to have too many apps on their phone, but, you know, wants a phone that's very fluid and a phone that's going to work basically from day-to-day performance. You know, you can see there that I'm not having any issues as far as me moving my finger around. Very, very reactive to my finger going left and right and up and down like that. Now you can see there, and pinching in and out basically, and as I said, portrait to landscape works very well. So yeah, guys, I guess that's going to be my first, that's going to be the end of this first review video. In the next video, I'm going to get some gaming quadrant standard scores, a little bit on the keyboard and messaging app, and probably the camera. So I'm going to have this phone for a month, guys. So if you want me to demonstrate a certain app or a game, please let me know. That way I can test it out. I'll try getting a video for you. So, you know, I'm going to have this till about the end of February. So please comment and, you know, let me know what you want to see. That way I can try to get a video of it. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. This is the Boost Mobile Motorola G review part 1. Thanks for watching, guys.